manifest flow. I manifest flow. There's no abundance flow. There's no abundance flow. I manifest my flow. I manifest my flow. Now watch me grow. I manifest flow. I manifest flow. There's no abundance flow. There's no abundance flow. I manifest my flow. I manifest my flow. Now watch me grow. I manifest my flow. I manifest my flow. Oh, the energy I carry is abundance that flow through me. Deep within me is grounded and rooted in me. When I speak, the force seals it and done with crafted skills of grace. I see the golden aura of light that's around my enemy. 'Cause I manifest it. I manifest flow. There's no abundance flow. There's no abundance flow. I manifest.
This over here. Here we go. There we go. Got y'all. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love to everyone. Welcome to your girl. It's your girl, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Today is July 3rd. Welcome, welcome. And thank you guys for actually being patient with me. For those who were unable to stay on, that's fine. You can always come back and recap. And I'm not going to hold you up here long tonight because just like you, I got things to do too. But I miss you guys. How has your new month of July been? The new month of July. It's been so much going on from the end of April to the end of June. It's just too much to talk about all in one content because I am being led now not to do too much talking for hours and hours and hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be breaking up a few things. And even though other people on their other podcast show has actually got up here and tried to be on the deep topics of things that are going on, I'm going to keep it brief and short. I'm not going to keep it too long on here. But before I go any further, I definitely want to put up here for a lovely, lovely lady, a mother, a grandmother, a auntie, one who was all of the above in the Nation of Islam. I just want to put a picture out here. I'm going to put this up here for you guys to see. I want to give a shout out and give some love to Minister Farrakhan. His wife has ascended. For those who don't know her, please look at that and definitely look at this beautiful, graceful mother, grandmother, sister, auntie. I know a majority of people are like, who is that? This is Minister Farrakhan's wife who just passed away, the beloved Haja. And so let's give a definitely salute. They had their rising today for her at their mosque in Chicago. And so definitely I just want to send out the love to the First Lady of the Nation of Islam, to the family, the friends, the loved ones. I definitely follow Minister Farrakhan. And for those who don't know, regardless of what my background is, I still admire a lot of the teachings and the messages and the wisdom nuggets given from him and others, but definitely to his wife. She was a lady of grace, a lady that gave a lot of favor and had a lot of love. And she always had encouraging things that she would talk about on her missions and things like that. So again, for you guys, shoot out some love to the Nation of Islam, to the First Lady, to the wife and beloved mother, to Minister Farrakhan. And here's their letter here from the council. They made the acknowledgement and stated it on June 27th, acknowledging of her ascending. Try not to say passing. In other cultures, they'll say transitioning. Others would say passing, but we say ascending to the great mother of the Nation of Islam. So, with that being said, definitely, guys, shoot out that love to the Nation of Islam and others who definitely looked up to her, as for most of us. And the reason why I share that, because the topic today that we're going to be discussing is dealing with season 4. This is episode 7, dealing with character assassination. Character assassination. Let's repeat that again. Character assassination. Y'all hear? Character assassination. And I speak on that because this is something that has been talked about many times before. Yes, many times before. On other occasions, everybody gets their little sneak peek on character assassination. But the reason why I am speaking on character assassination now the most is because of what we're seeing going on even more now than ever across the United States, across all platforms, across all other organizations and so forth. And so I can definitely say for even myself, who has experienced character assassination, yes, your own girl has even experienced it. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Again, this is your girl, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J podcast show, holding us women accountable and not excluding the men. But character assassination, it can come and occur in many ways. Sorry about that, guys. And so with character assassination, you got to be very careful when you're dealing with certain individuals. And it's very sad because some of these individuals can be sitting right next to you on a daily basis, and you wouldn't even know it. Mm-hmm. Give me a second, guys. I'm just putting that up here because it didn't clock in here. But there we go. But yeah, you will be very amazed how many individuals deal with character assassination. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You when I tell you, you'll be very amazed. I can definitely tell you based off of my personal experience. Peace and love, cuz I see you on there. On my personal experience with character assassination, at times you will not notice it quite easily as you should expect to notice it. However, when it does come about, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it, because ignoring the character assassination will set you up big time. It will set you up big time. You will deal with people, like I said, it'll be in your family, it'll be in your workplace, it'll be friends, it can be in any organization, at the church or wherever or whoever, whatever it is that you are participating for, or during. It can be in any of them. And so, with that being said, you know, character assassination is no joke. It's not. You can be in a situation dealing with character assassination for years and cannot even figure out who is going around spreading the lies. Like, seriously, spreading the lies. Peace and love. How are you doing, beautiful? Oh, grace and peace. I see you, love. And so, with that being said, with character assassination, be careful. When I tell you I dealt with character assassination for almost, I'm going to say it started, but I didn't catch it until about the 5th year. Every time there was a certain situation or there was an issue of anything that I did, there was something not right. And I admit it, for those who don't get into the whole zodiac thing, I'm an Aquarius. We are very peaceful people. Aquarius are very peaceful people. We don't like to get in a whole bunch of drama and mess. Now, we do be wondering, like, why are we here? But we're very peaceful people. And so for me, I don't like to be put in a box and put restriction to a certain degree. Now, yes, we all got to respect boundaries and things like that. However, it's very funny when you are doing certain things and then all of a sudden you got to have a meeting with this you're doing that, and you're like, dang, I'm already doing all of this other stuff that I'm doing, and keeping myself in a place where I'm trying my best to make sure that I'm doing things accordingly that represents not just the organization but myself. And however, then when you start to doing, you're like, hold on, every little thing I do seems to be a problem. That's a song, by the way. And then it makes you wonder after a while, you be like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not seeing no one else getting corrected, but I'm always the one being corrected. And then, and some people will say, well, that's because that's the way how God is and how God do. Yeah, but God also don't let us be no fool to see what's going on. So over time, it came to a place where I would pay attention. People that seem like they would encourage you, really undercutting, saying some things, trying to challenge your character. They will try to put you in a situation where you will be uncomfortable, or like you feel like you're being ganged up on. Prime example, I'm gonna share something where Brother Rizza Islam. For those who don't know, shout out to Brother Rizza Islam. I was listening to him and Corey Holtman. For those who don't know who Corey Holtman, he's a Black American comedian, and he had Brother Rizza, who is part of the Nation of Islam. Get a shout out to him. And what he was speaking on was some deep stuff. And this was a brother who was out here for Black empowerment, trying to fix the community and things like that. And so many things were spoken on him that was not true. And one thing that he mentioned was how long that he was in, dealing with the federal court. He had to go against our own government in the USA. Yes, that's how deep his situation was. And for those who don't know, a majority of us go through stuff like that too. And so with that being said, as he was going through these things, he mentioned how people were saying, and spreading lies, how they already knew he won't gonna make it through. He had already mentioned majority of the lawyers that he had, the first one passed away, the other one, some situation occurred, but he didn't give up, and he dealt with that situation for 10 years. And as he was talking, he had me to think of Michael Jackson. Think about the time when Michael Jackson allegedly being accused of doing things with children. And it was like around the time where he was letting people know what was going on in the music industry. And for those who didn't know, and this happened on June 22nd. For those who didn't know, Clyde Davis, who was one of the major music industry executives, passed away. Now, I say that with him because for those who have, listened to artists and those from the past, like, Jaguar, right? And I got to shoot a shout out to one of the beautiful sisters, India Ari, who spoke on the BET situation with one of the other young ladies that definitely needed to hear about that. And that's a little bit on a topic a little later on in the conversation here that we'll be discussing. Yet this will let you know, like Brother Rizza Islam was saying on Corey Holtman's show, was that anything you go through to do for right reasons or to be yourself, your character is going to be assassinated. So that's why we say dealing with character assassination is very deep. They go out here and spread lies to you. I've had individuals tell a lie on me. Ones that I looked upon as sisters. And it hurt to the pit of the soul. But you know something? When the eternal one and the great divine and the angelic, ancestors come in, they will reveal a lot of things to you in due time. In due time, they reveal it to you. And when they reveal it to you, don't get comfortable. Don't sleep. When I mean don't sleep, that means don't be blind to what is really going on around you. We all are given the gift of discernment. And with that gift of discernment, are you willing to be open to listen to it? When people, or I should say individuals, lie on your character, don't be playing around with your life with them. It's dangerous. A character assassination is very dangerous. Very dangerous. To be lied on about something that you did not do, something that you were not even involved with, and even unaware of what was going on. Your name carries value. Your name, again, carries value. And the value of it carries volume. So when you hear someone go out here and say certain things that are untrue, and then at the same time turning around supporting you, manipulating you in so many different ways, you have to be very watchful. Very watchful. I had to learn something even with myself. I always say, be careful on how you speak on people, because you can also misinterpret certain things that you thought and can be wrong. But the thing is, are you going to hold yourself accountable to go up and admit that you're wrong? And one thing that I love about, artists like India Irie and what she spoke on BET and what she's on the BET award ceremony and all that other stuff, even though this is a little tad bit off the topic a little bit. But one thing that she spoken is that now we are allowing our people to dive in, I don't even want to say burning sands. We're allowing our people to dive in pits that they cannot dig themselves out, and they're comfortable with it. To the point that this stuff is happening so much that children are learning from it and picking up these bad habits. So dealing with character assassination, like I said, in your personal life, it's not just in your personal life alone. We look up at these politics when it's called political things. That's one of them. Even like in your job, in the workplace. I've had that occur too. When people try to tell you one thing or encourage you on one thing, but do something else behind the other and degrade on you, be careful. I had a couple of people that I know, or I should say individuals, who would go to work. All of a sudden, they start noticing the person is copying what they do, getting their nails done like them, trying to figure out where they're getting their hair done at. It's like they want to swap identity. But then they'll do the opposite Especially if they say, "Hey, can you do this for me or do that for me or this need to be done?" And next thing you know, they blaming you for it, and you you were just asked to do the assignment or ask for some help, and now they're gonna point the finger at you. Character assassination is very heavy. Like I said, it's heavy of defamation. That's very heavy. Spreading lies on people and giving half truth and half lie. Run from them. Run as fast as you can. That's just like allegedly what we see with the news media. For those who may be unaware, the news media is not fully for us. They're not going to fully tell us the truth. That's why it's so important with the news media. You need to be careful. Look at all the mess that's going on. Even though we know what's going on with the data centers and AIs and all this other mess, that's a whole different thing. Again, the news media will only give you half truth with a half lie. hmm So just like that, be careful with people because they will slander you. They will slander you big time. They will also try to gaslight you. Be careful with that. They can be manipulating you or your neighborhood or the community or whatever it may be. And you wouldn't even know it until later. Because we be so trustworthy with people, especially, when let's say you even with those in your friend group, you got to be careful. This is something I always tell, my princess. I always say to her, everybody is not your friend. You start talking about who you like or who you used to like. Next thing you know, they all up in their face. But then, they telling you, such and such and such. I'm not like this, or they said they wasn't like that. And I used to always tell my princess, I said, I just pray that you listen and take heed to wisdom that's given to you because it can save you and take you a long way. And just when all of a sudden, bam, you was right, mom. I tried to warn you. I tried to warn you. That's something I had to learn. And when you're dealing with these type of individuals, you have to be careful. It puts you in situations where you could be falsely accused of something and have to fight legal battles to get out of. And not only that, now these days, people are doing it so much that now they're taking you to court. You can go to court in some states for these things. Yes, you can. Defamation of character. You are a victim of severe character assassination. So, with that being said, it can pursue in lawsuits. This is where individuals don't realize how much social media has been so heavy. And then at the same time, you got to be careful because we got, like I said, AI can falsely be putting up something and wherever, and then they got to investigate to find out where server that's coming from. But then you have some stuff that's not AI that's real legit, and they got to do some heavy investigation, deciphering the video to make sure that it is authentic and legit so that people can see what's really going on. Once they see that, you can file. Now, all the things that I'm speaking to you is not trying to promote these things, but it's just to give you some enlightenment on what is going on and what other situations that people have endured and how they handled it. Yes. Also, that's why it's so important. Don't be telling stories on people that are not true. Don't be spreading lies. Like I said, I'm your girl, Cynthia J. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Don't be spreading lies. Don't be doing things that is going to hinder you. And you think you're getting away with it, and you're not. Just because someone else has what you desire. Jealousy and envy and destiny swapping and all of these things, they all still fit in that category because sometimes other people can be envious of you. They can fake that they want to help you, that they support you, but they really don't like you. I was listening to a storyline a few months back, and I love how this sister was explaining this. Shout out to one of the other podcasters, and it was a storyline. And in the storyline, it was stating how this young lady just got hired at this job. The young lady that, or I should say, other woman, coworker, was training her and trying to make her feel comfortable and fit in, and give her this whole critique of charisma that, oh, it's great here, and you're gonna love it here, and I'll help you if you need this, and bring it by to me, and I can check it, and I can do this, and I can do that. And guess what? In the midst of hearing all of these things, peace and love for those who just chiming on in, that one person that was training her was attacking her character, was putting little gadgets and gadgets around her that she was unaware that she had put something on her. See, some people believe in that, then some people don't. And it took her mother to open up her eyes to see and say, okay, you're saying ever since then you stopped wearing makeup. This young girl stopped wearing makeup to work. She would stop doing certain things with people. The other people around her was watching and noticed it. And with that being said, the person that she was training under, believing that this person was for her, was setting her up to fail the whole time. She was bringing trinkets to her. And all along, she was placing things to set her up. Yeah. Well, guess what? Once her mother told her, oh, honey, she's doing something. This is what she's doing. This is what you need to do. Oh, mom, she's not like that. Yes, she is. Her mom's. That's the thing about having mothers with spiritual discernment. They will let you know real quick, how individuals are. And with that being said, you better listen to it and listen to it well, because it will save you. For those who have real mothers, anybody can be a mom, but it takes a real woman to be a mother. Real mothers with humility, with wisdom, with proper guidance, that will be honest with you to let you know what's going on. And once they tell you, you better listen. You better listen and take heed and put it back here, because if not, it's going to put you in some places that you wish you listened to your mother. How many of you guys up on here wish you had listened to your mother when she told you about certain things and you didn't listen? Or they would say, if I told you, would you listen anyway? Makes you think, right? And so right after her mother told her that, guess what? She was right. She had to go and do some, shabaking, for those who don't know, praying and some other stuff. But after that, that woman would not walk too far into her cubicle, because she worked in the office. She wouldn't go past that line in that cubicle door. I can tell you that. All because she stuck on what her mother told her and held on to it well, which is good. So my point of saying here is, be mindful, be watchful, prayerful, stay prayed up. But at the same time, listen to your discernment. Your discernment will save your life. Because one day, one of y'all will be up here speaking the same thing, and I will have to listen to some new things about character assassinations. Never let nobody, no one, deceive you and manipulate you to destroy your character. If I learned anything from my grandmother who I miss dearly so much, like I said earlier, your name carries weight. Your name and your identity of who you are, who God destined you to be. The celestials around us, spoken to us. Be careful. Not everyone should have the privilege. Not everyone. Let me repeat that. Not everyone should have the privilege to be around you and in your circle, in your bubble, in your celestial area, your aura. Not everyone. Because some of these people, they just want to get what you have. And there's agents out there. Allegedly, they say, but we know the real deal. We know. Don't let nobody sit back and calculate on you. That's why I love when, like Lauryn Hill, I use artists as an example because it's great examples that even those who are not well known on TV, like you and I, who still deal with certain things in just our community, in our neighborhood, with our family members, whoever, and so forth. But it's very important that we pay attention to these things. But back to Lauryn Hill, look at all that she went through from a young age until now. And the one thing that I love about her, she did that song. She said, I play my enemies like a game of chess where I rest with no stress. Don't let your enemies try to play you like that. I always tell my princess, play chess. Don't play checkers. Your enemies want to sometimes play checkers, lower levels, the different levels to them. People don't realize at different levels. Don't let your enemies try to play you. When you first notice and sense something the first time, I always say, keep it here. The divine one will reveal to you in visions, dreams. Some people don't believe in that. However, if you got a friend that's next to you, let's say you that one friend that be like, oh, I don't believe in that stuff, I'm logic or whatever. Let me share something with you. You can be logic all day. But some of them ones next to you, them real ones, them real riders, will peep it and be like, something ain't right about them. At first, you'd be like, oh, no, it's just all in your head. No, something ain't right about them. You know how yet, like I said, you had them grandmothers would be like, something ain't right about them. Pay attention. But back to like what Brother Rizza Islam said, they will assassinate you to the point they want you to fail. They want you to falter. They want to steal what you have. They want to steal your destiny. They want to steal your gifting. They want to steal your oil. They want to steal your grace. They want you to be stumbling down, and that's how they live off of it. They just like energy vampires. That's why you don't let everybody touch your hand. You don't eat off everybody. You don't step into everyone's house. You don't let everybody step in your house. You just because me and you go to church together or go to the mosque together or go to the synagogue together, don't mean we fully friends. I still love you like a brother, sister, but however, I still got to be watchful with you. That is how you should be having that in your mindset. Because we are living in dangerous times. Or I should say, we are living in dangerous seasons. We are living in a dangerous journey. Though our journey is so well worth it, we are living in dangerous journeys because we living around dangerous people and other people teaching other people the same dangers that they are out here doing. And then now nobody is holding them accountable. They just say, oh, that's the law. No. When you grew up and you were around people, did people not check it? They checked it. Somebody stole from you, you checked it. Somebody told a lie on you, you check it. Don't let these people get away with this, guys. Don't let nobody try to change you neither. At times they want you so desperately to change who you are just so that they can take who you originally are. They desire to change who you are to originally take your identity. That's why it's so important for us to pay attention. So important to use senses that we never knew we had. And now we are waking up. We're no longer that sleeping flock. We're not walking around here like the Walking Dead on the zombie movie. Nobody has to push your hand and tell you, are you going to take the red pill or the blue pill? This time, are you going to take and disconnect yourself from the system so that you can see the continuous of the same systems that's being played around you every day? Yeah, it's a serious thing. But with that being said, I just thank you guys for chiming on in today with your girl on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men, not excluding the men. I don't even know why people want to call you when you're doing a live, but I'll hit them back when I'm done. But thank you guys. Chime on in again soon. Your girl, I know I've been kind of quiet lately, but it's been so much going on and I had to reset and I'm still resetting. I had to learn. It's not always meant for me to be up here every single week. Sometimes, the divine has to say, okay, I need you to sit down and reset for a moment. Let me get this in check with you. So with that being said, your girl is still doing some things in the making while I'm out here battling with these undercover agents. They all on, some of them are these AIs. And yes, we're going to be talking about a little bit more about that next week. So you make sure you chime on in with your girl next week. We're going to talk about topics on the AIs. We're going to talk about other topics dealing with Clyde Davis. We're going to talk about a little bit more update on Kamala Anthony's situation and much more. But I thank you guys for still thinking about your sister. Again, as you thinking about me, I'm thinking about you. Do not let nobody lie on you, and do not let no one assassinate your character. No one, not even yourself. So with that being said, also keep a lookout. Will be more things coming on. But thank you guys for joining in today with your girl, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Always hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Don't be a stranger at all. Your sister is still here. And if you're looking for birthing doulas, you can hit me and my sister up. Us beautiful birthing doulas. I'm going to put that on the screen right here so y'all can see it. Definitely hit us up, subscribe, and share. You can follow us right as you look at the link for those who can see it on here in Restream. But for those who are on my TikTok page, you can look up Linktree/Healing Hearts Doula, DULA, doula spelled that way, DULA at the end. If you're looking for a birthing doula in the northern VA area, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and get on there and check us out. We got many other things to come. But peace and love and blessings, and I thank you guys for chiming on in tonight with your girl, Cynthia J, again on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Shout out to our beautiful sister, Vicky Diller. For those who don't know her, make sure you get up on there and check her out. Don't leave without giving some love and shout out. She's out here in the Black diaspora doing big things, making big moves. So with that being said, I love you guys. Make sure y'all staying tuned for next week. It may be Thursday, maybe on Friday. Haven't decided yet. Or you never know, maybe a pre-record. But with that being said, peace, love, and blessings. Love you guys. Later.
My story is for your glory.